Hey, so we made it for a second video. I leave the Gold Coast with a bit of Sunday scaries, make my way to a campsite, but not really everything goes to plan there. After my little camping mishap, I make my way to Byron Bay. I then make my way down from Byron along the coast, checking out a few spots along the way before pulling up at Evans Head. I then pushed inland from Evans Head and I made my way to the Rocky River Road. I proceeded inland to a pub stay. That was my first pub stay and first pub feed of the trip, which was awesome. And then I pushed on further. I stopped in Glen Ennis on my way to my next campsite where I checked out the historical museum. Glen Ennis, by the way, is a really cool little town. And yeah, between Glen Ennis and staying at Kangi Bridge, I checked out the national park there and went for a hike. Camped at Kangi Bridge, and then from Kangi Bridge, that's where we'll wrap up the video before I head back to the coast. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. I'll leave you to the video. Thanks, guys. As I make it into New South Wales after the Gold Coast Bucks party, I'm keen to get back into some camping. Today I make my way to Rummery Park campground for some well-needed rest, but not everything goes quite to plan with my intended camp for the night. I'm sure this is just the first of other lessons to learn on my travelling journey. Yesterday was a flop. I got to my campsite and realised that I'd only booked a tent camping spot, not a vehicle access camping spot. And there was no other real decent camps around the area. It was quite a long drive out to where I was. So I decided to, I found myself a little spot last night that I could pitch the rooftop in, and then I just sort of woke up early this morning to get out of there just before anybody came along, and then I thought, what a perfect opportunity while the sun's coming up to get another look at the waterfall with the drone. I figured while I'm here I might as well. But I'm off to Byron today. I'll go check out the lighthouse and do some stuff. The weather's cleared up, the rain has passed, but day is breaking and it looks pretty magnificent. ended up working out in the end. Sunrise is pretty bloody nice. Cracker. Well, I'm in Byron Bay now. Never been here, first time being in Byron Bay. Very busy town. But I'm just heading to Clark's Beach to go for a bit of a swim. I've just been for a run up to the lighthouse. That was pretty sweet. Went to the most eastern point of the continent. I went to the most eastern point of Australia, which was pretty good. Yeah, so just gonna go for a swim and refresh, and then I'm gonna head to Evans Head after this. I'll probably camp the night at a free camp. Full disclaimer, I didn't realise I couldn't fly a drone up here until after I took the video, so please enjoy and hopefully I don't get in trouble. Thanks. I've just made my way to Killen Falls. I'm going to go down and check it out now. Car park's pretty full. I had to park right at the top, and there's like a busload of people here, so we'll see how big the area is and how many people are down there, but hopefully I should get some decent photos and stuff of the falls, so we'll see you down there. Well, that was pretty good. Pretty busy, I think. It's a pretty accessible bitumen road to that falls, so I'd say that's probably why there's the number of people there was there, but that was still good. Nice and refreshing. Had 2 swims today, one at the Byron Beach, one at the falls. Now I think I'll make my way to either Lennox Head or Evans Head. Lennox Head, get amongst it.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage at Evans Head. However, I did stay at a free camp that I found via WikiCamps just outside the town, which was a great stay. So then the next morning I got up and I went to the Aviation Museum, which is where we'll kick off from now.
Just down at the Evans Head Heritage Aviation Museum today. Check it out. Got lucky, they're actually open the day that I'm here, and the weekend, so yeah, let's go check it out. Let's take a look. Oh wow. How cool is this? You can lay in this thing. Whoa. This is incredible. So I've just finished up at the Evans Head Heritage Aviation Museum and I couldn't recommend it any higher to anyone else. Awesome experience. They had some really cool stuff in there. The guys that were working, they're all volunteers, so the money that they raise obviously goes to a good cause. $12.50 to get in, pretty reasonable. You can pay a little bit extra if you get the tour. I paid an extra 20 bucks and got to sit in the cockpit of the F-111, which was an awesome experience. Only one in the world with an open cockpit, and yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, I'd recommend anyone to go and support it. Go and check it out.
After finishing up at the Aviation Museum, I decided to leave Evans Head and head towards my next camp for the night. This was a free camp that I found on WikiCamps on the Rocky River Road. I stayed just the one night at Rocky River Road before heading to my first pub stay in Deepwater at the Commercial Hotel as I make my way around an inland loop before heading back to the coast.
Hey fellas, do you know which way back to town? My Google Maps isn't working, I got no reception. Righto. Thanks for the help. Yeah, that cow was probably about as useful as tits on a ball. Bazinga.
I make it to Deepwater for my first pub stay of the trip. This was a great place to stay, and by coincidence, it is Australia's first and only dedicated to mental health pub. The owner is the author of 9-time best-selling mental health book, Just One Reason. If anybody was in the Deepwater area, I'd highly recommend staying at this pub for a good snitty, couple of cold beers and a photo out the front.
Just hitting the road today. I'm going to go check out Glen Innes, a couple other places along the way. There's a couple of national parks between here and my destination. So yeah, see you there.
On my way passing through Glen Innes, I stopped in at the Historical Museum. This ended up being a great activity to do, and for only $10. Again, this activity, just like the Aviation Museum, is volunteer run, so all money goes to a good cause. And plus they put on tea and biscuits. There is plenty of town history to be seen within this building, as the building dates back to the 1800s. If you're passing through the town of Glen Innes in New South Wales and looking for something to do and like a little bit of history, I'd recommend going and checking out the museum. My next stop in Glen Innes is the Australian Standing Stones before heading to Gibraltar Range National Park.
So I've just come to the Australian Standing Stones in Glen Innes to have a look at it. Pretty cool, eh? Heaps of them here. But pretty rock solid. We'll put it to the test.
Join me now as I move on from the Australian Standing Stones to the Gibraltar Range National Park, where I'll be checking out Boundary Falls and Duffer Falls.
Whoa! Jeez.
Duffer Falls was amazing to see from the drone footage because you couldn't initially see how far these waterfalls cascaded down the side of the mountain.
After witnessing Boundary Falls and Duffer Falls, I then leave the national park and make my way to my last campsite for this inland trip. I am headed to a free camp at Kangi Bridge, where I'll spend the night before heading back to the coast.
Cracking morning this morning. Excuse the bed hair. Yeah, we had massive storm last night, The tent held up perfect, which was nice. Yeah, I was laying in bed and I could see flashes of light outside the window, so I peeked my head out, and just out over the hills over here, there was just lightning just constantly flashing. I was like, oh dear. So I put the guy ropes out late at night in my underwear, quickly smashing them in, and then just in case there was heaps of wind. So no, everything was all good. Everything held up sweet. Just gonna wait for the sun to hit the tent and dry it out a little bit before I start packing up. But yeah, scrambled eggs this morning. Ooh, yeah, scrambled eggs this morning, coffee, and pack up my stuff and heading back to the coast this morning. I'm heading to Mooney Beach. Pretty keen for that. Nice, it's a really nice picturesque looking spot, so that'll be really nice to go and camp at. So yeah, see you there. Well, that'll just about do for this video. That's all I really got time for. I've tried to cram in as much as I can. I've spent the last few days inland of New South Wales. I started out on the coast, pushed inland for the last few days, and I'm now pushing back out to the coast. Just stayed at Kangi Bridge. I'm leaving Kangi Bridge now. I'm going to be heading to Mooney Beach, so I'll spend the night there, and then I think I'm gonna punch it down in Newcastle. Yeah, thanks very much for watching the video. I'm hoping that my videos are getting a little bit better. The content is getting a little bit better. I'm sort of being a bit more on top of recording things, and I'm having fun doing it, giving me something to do while traveling by myself. So it's a good little hobby to get involved in. Yeah, hoping to make more videos obviously, and I hope someone gets something out of watching my videos, whether it's entertainment or ideas, or if you want to see anything in particular, please let me know, and I'll try and film it. But yeah, for now I'm just going to keep on recording my trip as it is and what I do, and just I don't know, that's pretty much all it's going to be. I'm just going to document what I'm doing and have fun doing it. So yeah, thanks guys.